Well, as I'm sure you're aware, you're watching the Richard and Judy Book Club on the internet, and we're talking about our fabulous summer reads, and I use that word advisedly. They are really good stories. This one that we're talking about now is The Secrets Between Us by Louise Douglas, a wonderful book. And just before we talk to the author, who's here, a reminder that if you do get this online from this site, or you go in-store to WH Smith, but only WH Smith, you get fabulous extra content at the back of the book, where there's a special Q&A between Judy and me and the author, a conversation about what they've written and why they've written it, and also some fabulous podcasts that you can download, and how you can do that very simply in the back of the book. So make sure you get it from WH.
And as Richard said, the book is The Secrets Between Us by Louise Douglas, which I absolutely loved, and I'm not really surprised that I loved it because I'm a huge fan of Daphne du Maurier, and I think you must be too, because there are definite Rebecca-type hints in this book, aren't there?
Yes, there are. I didn't set out to write it with Rebecca in mind, but as the story was going along, I'm one of those people who doesn't know where the book is going when I start, and as the story was evolving, I suddenly realised that it was echoing some parts of Rebecca, which is one of my favourite books ever. So then I started referencing it deliberately.
So to sort of get down to the nitty-gritty of the plot, before we talk about the sort of the odd missing wife kind of thing, which makes it feel Rebecca-ish, you know. Sarah is the heroine of the book, and she starts off having just had a very tragic miscarriage. Unsurprisingly, she's in a bad state, and things get even worse when she realises that her partner has had an affair with her friend. So in that terrible frame of mind, she leaves him and goes on holiday with her sister and her sister's husband to Sicily, which is a lovely way to start off, especially in the summer, because I've never been to Sicily, but it sounds gorgeous.
It is gorgeous, and actually the first scene of the book, this is honestly true, I was in the swimming pool of this beautiful hotel in quite a remote part of Sicily, and I was just lying there and there was nobody else around, and a man was there with his little boy, and the child got into this pool, and he said, "Will you keep an eye on him for a minute?" And I said, "Yes, of course."
And that happened to you?
It actually happened in real life. And I thought, well, what a great way to meet somebody. I'm not that I was looking to do that, but I thought good in a book.
But so yes, that's exactly what happens. She's in the swimming pool and she sees this man with a little boy, and gradually over the next few days they kind of sort of get to know each other, and he's...
That's putting it mildly. they have intercourse in a wood.
Above an amphitheatre.
Well, yeah, next to an ancient Roman amphitheatre. No, it's a very passionate, immediate spark that connects them. Well, they've never met before. They're very different, but there's this instant attraction, and they can't suppress it. And the first opportunity they get, they're at it in the wood. And then they confide in each other, and she tells him sort of what's happened to her, and he's very, very understanding and kind. And then he reveals to her that his wife has left him and disappeared, just walked out and gone. And he's got this little boy to bring up in this wonderful rambling house down in deepest Somerset. And so because they realise they have this chemistry, he says to her, well, look, I'm not saying we have to have a relationship, but would you, and you're looking to start again, would you be my housekeeper? And would you look after my little boy? And she says yes, and her family are distraught, aren't they?
Yes, that's right. Well, I think as you would be, really, because they all know she's in a bad way, and they obviously want to look after her and protect her, but their sort of being overprotective is driving her mad in a way, because she knows they're always looking at her, looking to see if she's okay, listening to see if
that's
she's,
right. She says, I'm fine.
So
and then when she gets down to Somerset and moves into this guy's house, separate rooms and you know, all quite proper, and to begin with, and looks after this little boy, she becomes increasingly conscious and disturbed by this missing wife, who's called Genevieve, which is just a fantastic name for it, because it just conjures up all sorts of romantic and beautiful images. And she discovers that this missing wife was indeed beautiful and immensely talented and charming, and everyone thought she was wonderful, just like Rebecca.
That's the Rebecca comparison. By the way, we mean that as a compliment. I mean, that's,
I take it as a very big compliment.
Do take it as a compliment. And yet, because she's missing and nobody knows where she is, and her family, her parents who live nearby, are beginning to get worried. Everyone's starting to get worried. The central character, the housekeeper nanny, begins to think, Sarah begins to sense that she's in the house. Is that her in the corner there? Was that her I saw behind me in the mirror? It's a ghost almost, isn't it?
Oh yes, it is really. But I think I wasn't sure when I was writing it, and I hope people feel the same. You're not quite sure if it's just Sarah imagining it, or if it's really there, or if it's just because she's been so traumatised by what's happening to her.
Yes.
She's not really sure what's going on.
That's the other aspect. She has had this dreadful stillbirth, and she has found out that her partner was being unfaithful. So she's not in a very good state of mind
that's right.
at all. So when she starts sort of feeling strange things about Genevieve in this house, and becoming more and more obsessed by what happened to her. Where is she? You know, and that makes her start to feel, and it's possibly because she's feeling a bit flaky. You don't know that as the reader, which is one of the great benefits of it. She starts to wonder if something horrible has actually happened to Genevieve, and if in fact the person responsible for, if you like, doing away with her is in fact Alexander, the lovely man she's come to live with. So she doesn't know whether he's as he seems, or a very dark side to him.
So that's the point where her suspicions begin to harden. It's when the police arrive, isn't it? The police are called, you know, because there's a missing person.
Yes.
And it's to do with the letter.
Well, yes. Well, the reason why nobody's panicked too much to start with when Genevieve went missing is on the day she left, she wrote letters for Alexander. Well, according to Alexander, she did, and to her parents. Alexander tells Sarah that he's burned the letter that Genevieve wrote to him because it caused him, he was so upset when he received it.
And he got drunk.
Yeah, and he got drunk and he just didn't want to, he just got rid of it basically.
So there's no evidence
there's no evidence at all. And the letter that she left for her parents, she says the reason she's going away is because life with Alexander has got too difficult and she can't bear to be with him anymore. So there's
the insinuation from her parents' side that maybe because she was so unhappy, she said she'd leave him, he did her in.
Yeah,
in fact, they clearly suspect him, don't they?
Yes, but yeah, and more and more as the book goes on, they
I agree with Judy, by the way. The fact that Sarah is flaky made me wonder almost to the end if actually the denouement was going to be that she is mad.
Yeah,
actually we've been reading the ravings of a mad woman, you know. But not giving much away to say that she isn't, and that there's an ending. Place is very important in the book. As Judy said, Sicily was written so beautifully, it made me want to go, pack a bag and go instantly. And Somerset is beautifully drawn. And you live there, don't you?
I do live in Somerset, yes.
Okay, you write about Glastonbury Tor and stuff.
Yeah.
Just describe the area that they're in, because it sounds gorgeous.
It's quite remote, actually, considering, well, you get the cities of Bristol and Bath, and then beyond that, it doesn't. Well, you know, you drive up past it, it does actually get into quite a remote... Somerset is quite sparsely populated in the area that I'm writing about anyway. And you've got the Mendip Hills, and then you've got the levels.
Somerset Levels.
Yeah, Somerset Levels, and Glastonbury Tor is sort of sticks out in the middle of the levels, like it looks like something magic that's just been put there.
Yeah.
And there's also this mysterious and sinister quarry, which is also at the heart of the story, owned by Genevieve's family, and you know, there's a lot of strange sort of feelings and things happening around there. It's a great book. It's really, I think it's a perfect holiday read, actually.
Thank you so much.
It really is good, and I'm sort of so delighted that we chose you.
Oh, so am I.
So that's Louise Douglas, and the book is The Secrets Between Us.